So you're a dog owner here in Apex, North Carolina, and you know what a great town this is for our dogs. But to really enjoy everything it has to offer, finding the right trainer, that's huge. We're going to walk through how to find a professional who's a perfect fit for your dog, your goals, and your life right here in town. It's so tempting to just hop online and look at reviews, but finding the best trainer for you is really about finding a partner. You want someone who understands our local environment and can help you and your dog have an amazing life together here in Apex. We've got this broken down into 5 simple steps. First up, we'll talk about our unique Apex lifestyle. Then we'll look at different training styles, figure out how to actually choose a trainer, cover what to expect for costs and local rules, and finally, we'll point you to some great spots to practice all those new skills. Okay, so let's start with a big question. Why is this so important here? Sure, knowing sit and stay is great, but good training is really about getting your dog ready for everything our awesome community has to offer. I mean, just think about what a typical week looks like. We've got this really active, community-centered town. Whether you're at Peak Fest or just taking a walk downtown, you want your dog to be a pleasant companion, right? Not a source of stress. And really, this is the goal. This is what it's all about. Having a dog that's just comfortable. A dog that's relaxed and confident enough to be part of your everyday life, from a quiet walk on the Pickway to a busy Saturday afternoon on Salem Street. So how do we get there? Well, that brings us to our next point. Finding a training approach that actually works for you and for your dog. A trainer's method tells you a lot about their philosophy. You're gonna see this term a lot, and for good reason. Positive reinforcement is hands down the most effective and humane way to train. The whole idea is simple. You reward the behavior you want to see. This is how you build a really strong, trusting bond with your dog, and that's the foundation for everything. You'll also need to figure out what kind of setting is best. Are the issues happening right there in your living room, like your dog going crazy at the doorbell? Well, in-home training is perfect for that. But if your dog needs to learn to be calm around other people or dogs, that's where group classes are fantastic. They teach focus when there are lots of distractions. And hey, you've got other great options too. If you need really specific, customized help, private lessons are a great way to go. If your schedule is just packed, day training can be a huge help. And for a really deep, immersive experience, there's always a board and train program. All right, this is a big one. How do you actually pick the right person? I promise, a little bit of homework right here will pay off big time. Okay, one of the best ways to know you're dealing with a pro is to check their credentials. I know, these acronyms can look a little intense, but they matter. They show that a trainer has actually invested in their education and is committed to certain standards. For most everyday training, look for things like KPA or CPDT. If you're dealing with more complex behaviors, a credential like CBCC-KA means they have some specialized expertise. So when you're talking to a potential trainer, have some questions ready to go. You absolutely want to confirm they use positive methods, ask how they'll tailor a plan just for your dog, and get really clear answers on their services, the costs, and how they track progress. A great question to add is, what should I be practicing between our sessions? It just shows that you're ready to be a partner in this. Okay, let's talk about the practical stuff, what this is all going to cost, and the local rules we all need to follow here in Apex. Here's a quick look at the typical costs you can expect to see around here. A set of puppy classes is usually in the low hundreds, while something like a board and train is, of course, a much bigger investment. These numbers are just a guide, but they can help you budget for the right option for you. It's also really helpful to know the local rules. Here in Apex and Wake County, dogs have to be on a leash in public, they need a current rabies tag on them, and yeah, excessive barking can actually become a neighborhood issue. Good training is what helps you meet all these community expectations without even thinking about it. So you've picked a trainer, you've started the work. Now where do you go to practice? This last part is all about taking those new skills out into the real world. For anything off-leash, especially recall, you really need a safe, fenced-in space. The dog parks at Apex Nature Park and Hunter Street are perfect for this. It's a great place to practice your dog's come command without having to worry about them wandering off. And what about practicing focus? For that, you need a place that has some natural, everyday distractions. The trails out at Jordan Lake are fantastic for this. You can work on keeping your dog's attention on you while other families, maybe some wildlife, and all sorts of new smells are around. When it all clicks, The effort you put in with a great trainer pays off everywhere. It just means more peaceful evenings at home, more enjoyable walks through your neighborhood, and really the freedom to confidently include your dog in all of your Apex adventures. I hope you find the perfect training partner for you and your dog.